Hey guys, my name is Alex, and this has nothing to do with anything else on my channel. A couple months ago, a trailer was released, I guess it was just a teaser, for a horror movie called The Woods. But apparently there'd been this test screening that elicited these really visceral reactions from the audience, but last week at Comic-Con, they revealed that this movie, The Woods, isn't actually called The Woods, it's actually a direct sequel to The Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project came out in 1999, and I was 8 years old, and I was a big fan of horror at the time, but I was too young to have seen it in theaters. When I did finally see The Blair Witch Project when I was like 12 or 13, it scared the shit out of me. It scared me so much that I didn't watch it again for several years, until I was 18, and then when I watched it again, it had kind of lost some of its magic. Still, one of the things I most revere about The Blair Witch Project is that it is a monster movie, but I think it's the only monster movie I've seen where the monster is just never shown. Some toys were made by, I think, that McFarlane series of toys that depicted her as like this woman in a shroud with claws, but we've never seen the actual Blair Witch creature. So while I'm really excited for this sequel that's coming out in September, which is just called Blair Witch, I'm also a little bit apprehensive. After this very successful screening at Comic-Con where most of the audience seemed to have a very positive reaction, a more detailed trailer was released where we saw some of the iconic imagery from the first Blair Witch Project, so it seems like it's definitely going to be loyal to its roots. However, one of the persevering strengths of the original Blair Witch is that you don't know what the Blair Witch looks like. I'm afraid that if they show the actual Blair Witch in this new movie, then when I go back and I watch the original, which admittedly I'm not going to do very often, I'm going to have already ingrained in my mind's eye the image of the monster that is off screen. The image of the monster whose strength, whose power over the audience is pretty much entirely predicated on the fact that we don't know what she looks like. I absolutely loved the first Paranormal Activity, and I really like the second one. Even the die-hard fans of Paranormal Activity have to concede that its legacy is like irreparably tarnished by the poverty of its sequels, but that having been said, I think there's something in all of those sequels, some little stylistic flair, some image, some sound that's deserving of applause. Except for the last one, The Ghost Dimension, that was just an insult to the audience. And although I will always cherish and never forget the experience of seeing Paranormal Activity in a packed Friday night theater the day it opened in Miami, I do admittedly now watch Paranormal Activities 1 and 2 with a little less pleasure than I originally did because I know of the series that they inspired. So in regard to the new Blair Witch sequel, while I would definitely say that my excitement outweighs my concern by a great deal, I am kind of concerned, particularly because of the monster, and that I love monster movies, and I feel like in contemporary horror movie culture, we have so few modern monsters who sort of hold up to scrutiny. I think the Blair Witch is one of the few. So there's kind of three discussions I would like to start in the comments section if you guys are at all interested. One is about horror movie monsters, or just monsters in general, and whether you think they're damaged by having been seen. Are there some monsters where, like, their presentation was really pulled off well? Second, I guess, is the conversation about sequels. And so do you guys believe that an original installment can be damaged, or your impression of it can be damaged, or its cultural status can be damaged by the shittiness of its sequels? And also third, and this is the one I'm actually most interested in, if you were in college, or if you were like just an adult in general, in 1999, and you went to see the Blair Witch Project in theaters, did you fall for that marketing campaign where they suggested that it was real and that these kids had actually vanished or died? Yeah, so that's what's on my mind. Thanks for watching.